Hello, this is Ricky Walters, certified mortgage advisor and the Mortgage Wise Guy.
He's the mortgage wise guy, wise guy.
Today, we're going to be talking about the recent job report that came out at the beginning of July for the month of June and how that's impacting what the Fed's going to do and where mortgage rates are headed. So, why is the BLS monthly job report so important? Well, because it heavily influences the most important cost in the US economy, which is the cost of money. And the Fed focuses on the headline number of jobs created as well as the media focuses on that. And Fed governors have said that higher unemployment numbers will likely be the catalyst for deciding when to start cutting the federal funds rate. We're just not getting inflation quick enough down to the Fed's target of 2% on the core PCE. But when we compare this report with another government agency, the quarterly census data for employment and wages says that 800,000 less jobs were created by the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, birth death model did in the last year. Let's take a look at that. So the number for jobs created came in right at the expectations, right around 200,000. But you have to look at the adjustments too. 2-month revision, we looked at it during May. It originally was reported at 272,000 jobs gained, got reduced now to 218 and probably lower again next month. April has already been reduced both times from 175 to 108. That's a total adjustment of 111 less jobs created. In fact, the actual average of jobs created was 60,000 less than the original number created if we average the last 12 months. The birth death model, that's what the BLS does to try to model how many jobs created from small businesses being created or lost. ADP, in comparison, the private payrolls report only reported 5,000 from small businesses. Well, there's a second part to this report, and that is called the household survey. And they actually call people during the household survey and ask them if they've gained jobs or lost, unlike the establishment survey, which is just a model, a computer model that's imputed and not real data. But that showed that unemployment, the percentage of unemployment increased from 4 to 4.1. It's gone up the last 3 months. And this has now triggered the SAM rule. We'll be talking about that in just a moment. Both of these numbers, the U3 and the U6, which means counting all the people that have given up in the job force, even trying to look for a job, those are both the highest since when we're coming out of COVID. So here's the chart that shows you we were about 3.5% unemployment middle of last year, and now we're at 4.1%. So 16 of 19 Fed members say they don't believe that the unemployment rate will go above 4.1%. So they're getting kind of nervous since we just hit 4.1%. And if we look back 75 years to 1949, 12 out of the last 12 recessions were predicted by this SAM rule. What is it? It's named after Claudia Sam, and she learned and she noticed statistically that whenever the 3-month moving average of the unemployment rate is a 0.5% above the lowest unemployment rate, then the US is already in a recession or just about to enter one. If you didn't quite catch that, what that means is we look back 12 months ago and unemployment was 3.5%. Today, it's 4%, 0.5% higher. So that triggered the SAM rule. So according to the SAM rule, a recession is imminent. What happens during recessions? Well, first of all, here's the chart showing that each one of these gray bars indicates a recession going back to 1949. That's 12 out of 12. And the SAM rule was perfect in predicting recessions. So what happens during recessions to mortgage rates? This is the good news for those of you who are looking to either refinance or purchase a home. Mortgage rates always come down during recessions. Why? Because the Fed is trying to stimulate the economy and they lower the federal funds rate. What about your appreciation of your home? What if I buy a home and it declines because we're going into recession? Well, that's only happened one time. 9 of the other 10 times in the last 70 years, actually, going back to 1960. I'm sorry, that's 60 years, excuse me. 9 out of the 10 times we saw appreciation go up in home values. The only exception was because of the mortgage meltdown in the Great Recession, and also because we had 4 times the amount of properties. We had an oversupply, and now we have a severe lack of supply of houses for those that want to buy them. And as interest rates come down, you're going to see a lot more demand with that less supply. It's going to keep driving home prices up. So what does all this tell us? It tells us the Fed funds futures, which gives us the odds of a coming rate cut, has now recently increased to 25% for the end of this month. Probably not going to happen this month, but it's increased to 100% for September. And some on the Fed are now, some of the governors are even discussing a larger 50 to 75 basis point cut in December. So what does that mean is what I said. We're going to have a lot more people with lower rates looking for the few houses that are available. That's going to continue to put upward pressure on the price of homes. So marry the home, date the rate, and divorce your landlord.
He's the mortgage wise guy, wise guy.
Have a great day. Thanks for watching.